All right, so if you are on here, we are going over the first monthly informational Zoom that you can watch on at your leisure about Fit Times 3, RGG, and our ionized water or water share program. So let's get right into it. So I am going to share my screen, and a few of these we're going to go quickly through. Again, I just want to get you a basic idea of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So this is the what and why of Fit Times 3 and RGG. So what is Fit Times 3? Here's some of the agenda items. We are going to be going back and forth through some of these, like the demonstrations are throughout. We're going to be talking about ionized hydrogen water a lot today. That is really the main focus of today's Zoom. So being Fit Times 3, physical, mental, and spiritual fitness, and RGG, which is retain, grow, gain, ionized hydrogen water, and the demonstrations. So Fit Times 3, this has to do with our modalities, the things that we offer, both in our online community and through our app. InBody, nutrition, hydration. The mental is RGG, and then spiritual, our fellowship classes, online community, and apologetics. So I think the first thing that I really want to show you is if you haven't been on our website. I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the website just so you can see what's available on there and where you can kind of go to find things. So this is just AquaKin1.com. Now you can ask questions through here. I do recommend that you do that through Club Ready. It's just a quicker way to get a hold of us. And if you wanted any additional information on RGG, you can. This is just a click to an email. But again, contacting us through Club Ready is a much quicker way, or even through here. Fit Times 3 is another one. We're going to come back up to that one in a second. This has some more detailed information about all of these. Also has our hours once you have a key fob, our address, scheduling a tour if you're not currently a member, subscribing to our newsletter, and our blog posts that we have on here links you right to that. Now, Fit Times 3 is really what I want to take you to because this takes you right to our Kick Lab site. So our Kick Lab site, again, if you're not a member, you can join the basic and the plus programs here. It gives you a little bit of a description in each. The only one that you can't join is the 25 and under because we do need to validate ages for that one. That one has to be done in club. But more importantly, I want you to be able to get a link right to this schedule. So if you go to the Kick schedule, this is where you can see any of the classes that are available. Now, this is also available through the Club Ready app. And I do recommend that you get that if you want to secure a spot in like childcare, for example, because there's only 6 spots in any one of those shifts. If it's important to you to get that secured, you can do that through the app or online. It's just giving you the information because this is a general public link. So, for example, you can see all the classes, pickleball, kick lab, childcare. On the 22nd, we have a new apologetic series coming out. So you can get access to all of that through that website and through that link. So I just wanted to give you a quick tour of that. And let's get back into our presentation. So we left off here. Let's go again, retain, grow, gain. This is our program, really, whether it's on the personal or professional side. Retain is about keeping more client relationships, keeping more personal relationships. What do you do to foster those relationships? Grow is the aspect that focuses on doing more. From a professional standpoint or a business standpoint, this might be cross-selling, upselling, and on a personal level, I like to give the example of my son who plays chess. Doing more with him might involve him teaching me how to play chess, which he's been trying to do for a long time, and he's not very good at teaching me, or I'm not very good at learning, one or the other. But we really enjoy playing when he does have a chance to teach me that. So. And then gaining is attracting more. So that's attracting more from the professional side, attracting more clients. And on the personal side, attracting more people into your life that are positive influences that that bring you joy and happiness. And Psalm 65:11, just living a life of abundance. So I love this psalm. It's you crown the year with your bounty and your carts overflow with abundance. If you notice with retain, grow, gain, all of these have one word in common, and that is more. Keeping more, doing more, and attracting more. So that's really our retain, grow, gain program. So let's get into um, hydration. And that's again really the focus of this Zoom. The human body is comprised of over 70% water. And I think this is a great time to really introduce you to the InBody. Now, I know a lot of you are very familiar with that and have done the InBody at our location, but I do want to show you the InBody app. If you don't have it, I highly recommend that you get it. It has a lot of information. If you go to our Instagram at AquaKin1, you will see just the InBody highlight that tells you on a really quick tour of the InBody app and what you can get from each of the platforms, the dashboard, the detail, the history, and the ranking. So I go into a lot of detail on there. Not going to do it here, but you can also, if you're a part of our online community and you want to get the InBody, you actually can go right onto InBodyUSA.com and go to global InBody locations and find locations that are capable of doing that InBody for you all over the place. So you see that just popped right up. So this is a great way to be able to access the InBody if you are not in our area and aren't able to come in and actually do that with us, but you want to be able to use the InBody app and follow along with some of the training that we do there. So what is the Kangen machine? Here's what it looks like for those of you that come in and are a part of our water share program. You know what this unit looks like. It's very simple, touch screen front. This is obviously somebody's home. A lot of people, you're talking the Tiger Woods, Tom Brady have this unit. This is a medical grade water ionizer that creates activate alkaline hydrogen rich drinking water. Kangen means return to origin. And the water properties include antioxidation, microclustering, rich in active molecular hydrogen, and negative ORP, which is oxidation reduction potential, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So I just wanted to share a couple of the certifications that Enagic has acquired over the years. They're celebrating 50 years this year. So very impressive. Some of the ISO we're going to be talking about here in just a minute. So let me talk about Enagic. They are the leader in manufacturing water ionization. Enagic uses the research of a scientist who has mapped the molecular structure of water in places where people were living to 120 years old. This is one of the reasons the Blue Zone's amazing book, but what captured my attention was 9 lessons for living longer from the people who lived the longest. What a better way to learn those lessons from people that actually lived to be 120 years old, aka the fountain of youth. And what they did was they mimicked what they saw God create in nature. So this is the only alkaline ionizer distribution company in the world with its own OEM manufacturing company in Japan, and it is ISO certified quality control processes, which you saw some of those certifications right up here. So let's get into that. Let's get into the ORP because not all water is created equal. Antioxidation. Kangen water has the highest antioxidant measured compared to any liquid on the planet. Antioxidants benefit the body by neutralizing and removing free radicals. Okay, so what? Well, let's take a look at this normal cell over here. So this normal pink cell, when free radicals are attacking the body, you can see that cell and then eventually gets down to this cell with oxidative stress. So and I like all of these foods that you see over here. I'm not crazy about cabbage, but apples, bananas, carrots, pumpkin, love them, but 516 apples is a lot to eat in a day versus 1.5 liters of 9.5 hydrogen water per day. Much more manageable. So let's talk a little bit more about oxidative stress. And I'm gonna have you watch a quick demonstration because I think that demonstrations are super powerful and to be able to actually hear someone and see someone tell you a little bit more about it. So let's jump into this ORP demonstration.
When you're ready.
Ready.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is measure the oxidation potential of these liquids here. This is what we call an ORP meter, oxidation reduction potential. What it's going to do is measure the capacity of the liquid to reduce oxidation within your body. The more negative a number it is, the better it is, meaning it's going to reduce oxidation. The higher, the more positive a number is, the more detrimental it is, and it's going to actually contribute to the acidic state, the disease state in the process in your body. So we're going to start here with the Gatorade. And again, keep in mind, this is a $160 monitor from Amazon. What doctors and scientists use is a little more scientific, but you're definitely going to get the trends in the right direction. We're hanging at about a 190. We've got Sprite representing the pop. And these are just common drinks people drink, so I want you to see what it's doing to your body. Positive 187. We got AquaKin1 bottled water. This is dropping to around 163, 170. Hanging around the high 160s. This one here is our tap water, climbing up to 250. And this is all measured in millivolts, 289, 290s. All right, we've got our Pellegrino, our carbonated water. And you saw that radical jump. We're up to 315, 311, hanging around the low 300s. This is our Essentia, our alkaline bottled water. And it's dropping. It's coming down to around 185, 184, and hanging right around there. This is our alkalized 9.5 Kangen water. And I don't know if you could see it from there, but we just jumped into the negatives. There's a negative symbol there. We're down to negative 215, and it's going down and down. So there you see it with your own eyes. These liquids all contribute to the acidity and to the disease process and to the oxidation state of your body. The only one that is actually reducing the oxidation is the Kangen 9.5.
Okay, so let's jump back into our presentation here and let's go, why is not all water created equal? Let's go a little bit further with that. Microclustered. So the smaller and less clustered the molecules of your drinking water, the better your body will be able to absorb it. For those of you that have been on our water share program, you will notice, I know a lot of you have told me that you will hydrate more quickly and effectively. Microclustered water also enhances energy levels. Again, something that I've heard from several of you, and it improves your overall aerobic capacity, which is exactly why, one of the main reasons that we're doing this is it fits right in with Fit Times 3. Being physically fit is important, as well as preventing premature aging. So, what is ORP? So this just really goes just to kind of an overview of what Sylvia was saying, kind of putting that Kangen water on a scale that you can kind of look at. And the more negative here, the more effective it is at reducing oxidative stress. Kangen water has the highest or negative ORP on the planet, while green tea is around negative 100 and blueberries are negative 200. But let's go into tap water. So tap water. I'm going to just very quickly take you over to this website, but this is definitely a website that you can go in and enter your own zip code. So let me pop in over here just to kind of give you an idea of what this looks like and how this works. So let me share my screen here. So if you go on to ewg.org/tapwater, you're going to enter the zip code. So I'm just going to enter the one for where Kinergy is, Wyandotte. So here's Wyandotte utility. That zip code pulls it up. You hit view the utility. So there are 10 contaminants in our water that exceed EWG health guidelines, a total of 17 contaminants. So when we look at that a little bit further, we have, I'm not even going to try, well, chloroform, I can pronounce that one. And it also gives you the multiple of how many times it is EWG's health guideline. Some of these numbers are low, but I want you to notice the potential effect. Cancer, cancer, cancer. Here's some more cancer, cancer, cancer. Some of these have fairly high numbers, 346 times. So you can go onto this site, and I encourage you to go onto the site, put in your zip code, and take a look at what is in the water, because not all water is created equal. So let's go back into that, into our presentation, and let's take a look again um, at this next screen, H2 hydrogen. So H2 hydrogen has a therapeutic benefit potential for over 170 disease models, including Parkinson's, cancer, Alzheimer's, and Crohn's disease. Molecular hydrogen is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, anti-diabetic, and anti-tumor. This is exactly why we drink this water every day, and this is why we want to share it with you. It fits, again, right in line with our Fit Times 3. And we realize that it is going to help promote your physical fitness. Um, okay, so let's take a look at microplastics. Here's another site that I recommend that you take a look at. You can deep dive in a lot of these areas, the news-medical.net. But it is crazy to realize how many plastic particles are found in liters of bottled water. The problem is we don't, they're kept in these bottles for longer than they um, should be, and they are not temperature controlled. So you'll see them sitting on a tarmac, you'll see them sitting outside a gas station, and their temperature is varying based on how much sun they're getting, if they're how long they're being let out there. So plastics often contain a myriad of toxic chemicals. I want to draw your attention to this comment right down here in the right corner. Plastics often contain a myriad of toxic chemicals that include neurotoxins, carcinogens, and endocrine disruptors. Again, take a look at that website for yourself. Bottled water is really just expensive tap water. So let's jump into, and here's another website that I really think that you should go into. There's a lot of great information in there, foodandwaterwatch.org. Take back the tap. So there is a ton of great information in there, but I'm going to show you, let's jump back into another, we're going to do the pH level demonstration on here. So I want to share my screen again and take you into another demonstration. So here we are taking a look at the pH levels.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually show you what the pH levels are of the common liquids that you drink. All that Julie is dropping into each of these cups is a pH dropper. It's very similar to like what you're dropping in your pool. The color is indicative to the pH scale. The pH scale is across the bottom here. So the most acidic is going to show up red, neutral coming in green, and then all your alkaline drinks are going to be the purple and the violet spectrum. So you can see your Gatorade is orange. So every time you take a sip of Gatorade, you're literally contributing to the acidic environment. I'm drinking some liquid acid here. Same thing with your Sprite, your pop, your bottled water, AquaKin1. So this is our tap water, and it's the neutral green. So just a quick point I want to make about that. Tap water has laws that they have to abide by the municipal tap facilities. It has to be neutral. So what they do to make it that is they add chlorine and chemicals. We got your Pellegrino carbonated water, again showing up yellow, contributing on the more acidic side of the spectrum. This is your Essentia. This is your alkaline water. And then here we have your alkalized 9.5 pH water directly from the Kangen unit.
Okay, so again, not all water is created equal. And another, we're gonna jump kind of quickly right into the next demonstration, which is a carbon dioxide demonstration, just to again give you a really good idea going into this pH level and the differences between Essentia and um, the Kangen water. So let's jump right into the pH demonstration.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually show you what the pH levels are of the
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I want actually let me jump into the next one. The carbon dioxide demonstration. All right, so let me take you, sorry about that. Let's jump into carbon dioxide, which again goes towards the pH levels as well. So let's see, kind of works together with the
So
first
let's
one.
talk about Essentia, your bottled alkaline water, also known as the greatest marketing scam, and you'll understand why here in a minute. When you drink water, right, it should have H2O water molecules in it. Let's look at the laundry list of ingredients on this. You've got sodium bicarbonate, potassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride. This water is made through a chemical synthetic process, and we're going to show you the difference in just a minute. The air that we breathe out, our carbon dioxide, is acidic. All right, so what we're going to do, Carrie's going to volunteer to do this demonstration for us. When she breathes into the bottle, the water that's here, you're going to see what happens to the alkalinity of the water by the color change. If this was true alkalized water, the color would not change when it enters or is introduced to an acidic environment. So right before your eyes, you see that when acidity, her carbon dioxide in her breath is introduced to it, it becomes an acidic liquid. Same thing happens when you drink it. When you're drinking water and you have any sort of disease process, you have acidosis in your body, it's going to neutralize. There's absolutely no benefits to this water at all. The whole bottled water thing is another topic for discussion. People will say, well, let's see what happens with the Kangen water. So we're going to have Carrie do the same thing. Nothing happens. The color will remain the same. The reason being is this is created through a chemical process. When you introduce it into an acidic environment, the chemicals will change. Carrie is still blowing and it's still the same color. This water is created through electrolysis, meaning when it passes those 8 platinum-coated titanium plates and the water is split into the hydrogen gas molecule and the hydroxyl ions, the hydrogen is what is making the water alkalized, and then it's not going to change on you.
Okay, so we are nearing the end here. So I'm going to jump back into that presentation one more time. So again, go to foodandwaterwatch.org, but the cost of drinking water, you're already buying it. So Dasani, Aquafina, Fiji, Evian, home water delivery. You take a look at these numbers. You can spend a lot of time figuring it out, but the Kangen water unit you purchase, and this is just over 15 years. This machine will last you 30 years. So overall, if you decide to buy a unit instead of being a part of our water share program, there is a cost benefit to owning a unit and having it in your home and having access to the different pH levels above and beyond what we're capable of doing at the water share program that we have. So that is also something that you can consider if you want to get one of these units. We can help you with that. Now let's talk about the benefits and uses of Kangen water. I just want to really show you one quick thing that you can go to. If you're on Instagram and you don't currently follow our Instagram page, you can actually see on here. So this is it. Again, at AquaKin1. There's a blog post, testimonials are on here, a tour of Kinergy, the InBody information. That's what I was talking about earlier. And you can see these ones in blue, I've actually put into these 68 ways, which is up here at the top. 68 ways. You can click through here and it gives you more information on the different ways. By the way, the answer is have your body weight in ounces at minimum. The 2.5 is what I use in my dog's ears, which is the strong Kangen acidic water. Again, the benefit of having a unit at your home. The 11.5. So just going through, so I'm going to be posting on these and you can follow along with some of the 68 ways that this water can be used. There's also some information on here regarding the water, how you clean produce. So this is an in-wall at-home unit, kind of showing you how you can clean your produce using the 11.5. Again, there's a couple of videos in here that show you the crazy amount of pesticides that are on your tomatoes, and these are organic tomatoes. But when you take a look at what happens after the 11.5 is soaking in those tomatoes, you see all the pesticides that are resistant to water. That is so that they stay on the vegetables. The pesticides need to stay when water hits them. So, information on here about that. Again, just another great resource for you to be able to access and get information um, about the water and the uses of the water. So just kind of want to introduce you to some of those benefits and the resources that you have access to just by going to either our website or Instagram or both. Um, all right, let's see. Again, giving you some of just the wider range of some of the uses, the 2.5 strong acidic water. This is your disinfecting, your sterilizing, your sanitizing. It's a replacement for cleaning products. I didn't even really talk about the cost effectiveness of that, but there are several things that you're spending money on right now that can be replaced with, for example, the 2.5 strong acidic water, replacement for cleaning products, wound care, your 6.0 beauty water. Toner is one of the things that I replace that with, the 6.0 beauty water. Your 7.0 clean water is great for preparing baby food and taking medication. Um, it's got a filter again before it goes into the machine. The machine itself also has a carbon filter. Then you have your 8.5 to 9.5 alkaline hydrogen water, which we've talked a lot about. And then you've got your 11.5 strong Kangen water, which we just saw as a cleaning and removal of pesticides in your food, and oil emulsifier. So there are a ton of uses that you can get that are not available through our water share that you can have access to if you do decide that you want a unit in your home. Um, okay, last one that I kind of want to share a demo on is our is another one of our demonstrations, but it's on the chlorine. So let me get to our chlorine demonstration. This will be our last demonstration.
So what we're going to do now is what I call a chlorine
That's me.
demo. These are chlorine drops, meaning if you drop them in the water is going to turn yellow, indicating that you have chlorine in your water. All right, so we're going to drop it in this cup, and you see Katura already has her hand in the other cup. So you see, yes, there is chlorine in this water because it's yellow. So the Inespa shower unit that we have not only removes the chlorine from it, but it also remineralizes the water. And on top of that, it has tufa stones from Japan, which literally makes you feel like you're taking a shower in a Japanese spring. It's great for your skin. It's great for your hair. My hair's grown a couple inches just in the last year, and I swear this shower unit has something to do with it. People tell me all the time, how do you get your hair so long? It's the shower. It's the only thing I've done differently in the last year. All right, so Katura, go ahead and pull your hand out. And we're going to drop the same chlorine drops. And both of these cups were filled with water from the same source. And you can see there's no chlorine in here. Reason being, our skin is one big osmotic membrane. All the chlorine that was in this cup, Katura has now absorbed into her body. The same thing happens when you shower. You're taking a shower with a unit that is not removing the chlorine. Every shower you take, you're drinking literally 8 cups of water with chlorine. And that's all going into you systemically, contributing to the acidic environment, contributing to the oxidation, contributing to the disease process. So that's why it's so important to take a shower in a unit that removes the chlorine. Thanks.
All right. So that is we're going to be coming here to the end of this first. I know this was a ton of information, but hopefully you take some of this information and you are able to kind of look at for yourself at some of the resources that I gave you here. So again, thank you for watching. I'm going to be sending you a survey in the next week for your feedback on the video. And now if you do have any more questions or you want information on exploring either the water share program, if you're not a part of our water share program currently, if you want to find out about how to get a unit for your home, there are financing options for that as well. If you want this for your business, or if you want to do this as a business, which is really something that we do with the retain, grow, gain process that we talked about earlier. And that is going to be the topic for one of our future monthly Zooms. You can text me at 248-429-7478. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.